We'll see if we ever go live.
Oh, fuck.
All right. I think we might be live.
I think we're live.
Welcome, everybody, back to another edition of Chairgatin. I'm your host, Rattlesnake, coming at you live from Augusta, Georgia.
I think we're in Augusta, land of the fucking Masters, boy. We're doing it big. It's the podcast, and we all don't ask why we're in this room. We're just in this room.
We're just in this room.
Ronnie D in the house. Get some Dr. Pepper.
We're here, boy. Let's do it. What's up? It's Chairgatin coming at you live.
Hello, come right in.
Rock, flag, and eagle. All right. I think it's working. I think we're live.
I think we are live. The Masters just finished up. We just won.
Hopefully people can hear us.
Hope y'all can hear us. Maybe there's some comments. But dude, are we hanging out right now drinking beers? Dude, look at
Drinking
this.
beers.
Look at this.
Drinking
Look at
beers
this.
with the boys. Also, we're all rocking some fucking pretty sick merch.
We're fucking locked in this room. We can't find a way out. Their key is
Let me
lost.
scoot back yours.
Dude, honestly, shout out Old Road. Check out their tailgate because this shit's fucking sick, dude.
Look at that.
It's fucking badass. Honestly, it's the coolest fucking shirt.
Look at that shit.
Kneel down.
Look at that shit. Boom.
I mean, clear as day. Fuck Kyle Busch.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Old Road, baby.
The sickest merch. So yeah, shout out Old Row for hooking us up. We had our first winner for a giveaway. I haven't even told you this. Parv won.
Parv won?
Parv
Oh,
won.
shit.
Parv won, yeah. I when I do these giveaways,
The Richard Petty shirt?
I joke about how it's all like staged and shit, but I actually do random like who decides to win, right? Because I do
I
it
was
based
wondering
on
if you were like scrolled or if you were just like, I know who's going to win.
No. So what I do is I'm like, every person you tag, you get an additional entry. So I go in and I say like Parv has this many entries, they have this many entries, and I put it in a random generator. Parv won.
Okay, shout out Parv Gang, baby.
Parv Gang.
Get a Richard Petty shirt coming towards you.
Yep, he's got the Richard Petty shirt. I already talked to him about it. So.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. So.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Big shout out to Old Row for hooking us up to be able to do the giveaways, to be able to look fucking awesome like we look now. And then also, obviously, everybody, if you are going to go to Texas Motor Speedway, I mean, I don't know why you would.
Dude, if you like wet t-shirt contests, if you like babes, if you want to get your wet willy going, dude, go to Texas Motor Speedway. If you're in the area, if you can make it, the tailgate party is going to be litty as a titty. I am so jealous we're not going to be there because I wish we could be there.
Yeah. It's
going to be fucking nuts, dude. Old Row's throwing down. If you're like within age, I recommend you going.
Even if you're not, no, I'm joking. That's how they get in legal trouble. No, honestly, Texas Motor Speedway, I've always said it. It's a really fun race to go to. Not to mention, this could be the first year in a long time that we actually might have an entertaining race at Texas Motor Speedway. We'll get to that, but I'm just saying, like,
I think
with this
Texas
new car,
could be back.
with this new car, what we just saw at Kansas, which we're going to talk about, this would be the Texas race that you're going to want to go to because this could be the most exciting Texas race we've had in years. I mean, since we were kids, really. Not to mention, you get to go to the party pit with Old Row. Tickets are on sale right now. They have who is the country artist that's playing?
Oh, it's a DJ.
No, but they also have a country artist.
Oh shit, do they?
Yeah, it's like Jason Aldean or some shit.
Oh, for the race. Oh, it's fucking what's his name? Goddamn. Blake Shelton.
Blake Shelton.
It's Blake Shelton.
There you go.
Blake
So
Shelton.
you get like the DJ for Old Row, and then you get like the Blake Shelton because you get the infield pass with this.
It's because be like, you.
Okay, we're back.
Oh,
We're back.
is it still live?
I think we're still live.
We're back, and we're back.
I hope so. I hope we're.
Oh, thank God, Nathan's back. Look at that, and it's gone. Hey, look, old Nate Dog back in the comments. Glad to have you back.
Yeah.
Buckwheat.
My boy.
Yeah.
And it's gone.
Yeah.
So we're battling some Wi-Fi
All right.
dilemmas. Never mind us. When you get it. Oh, there it is.
All right.
We're back. We're back.
We're trying to figure this out. We're in a hotel room in Augusta, Georgia. Not the most
They put
internet
all their
friendly
money in the
city.
golf course and not their Wi-Fi.
Yeah. So we apologize. This is kind of a shit show. But here we are, trying to make it work. So, yeah, I was in the middle of giving a shout-out to Old Row. Also want to give a shout-out to Yeats, yeatsofficial.com. 10% off discount code Chairgatin. You can look this fucking cool.
Yeah.
You got Yeats on?
Gang.
They're practically
If you want to call them Yeats.
Ronnie's eating and he's keating.
Yeah, so here we are. We're back live. Shout-out Old Row. Shout-out Yeats. Shout-out Yeti. Is that all? Is it the shout-outs we've covered?
We're doing shout-outs and we're going back home. We're going back to Kansas. We're going to break it down. This may not be the longest episode because our Wi-Fi is limited. But, dude, we went racing in Kansas this weekend. It was fucking nuts. And is our Wi-Fi still good?
Yeah, no, it says it's bad, but
Okay.
we're going to keep going until it shuts us off.
Kansas fucking delivered. Let's just address the elephant in the room. And fucking Kurt Busch delivered, dude. We've been talking about it all season. We've picked him a couple times, but not this week. Kurt Busch fucking gets it done in the Jordan car. I mean, it was almost like it was meant to be.
Yeah.
It felt like, literally, I texted you like halfway through the race, like, this is a Kurt Busch
Yeah, you
win
did.
type
Yeah,
race.
you texted me. You were like, it's such a weird race.
It's a weird
And
race.
the hype with the paint scheme.
It's
It was
Kurt
like,
Busch.
yeah, it had to
Yeah.
be Kurt Busch.
I literally was like, I don't own a pair of Jordans, but I was like, God damn, I want a pair.
Yeah.
I might buy some.
Yeah. They should make a Kurt Busch.
A Kurt Busch pair, 45 on the back or something.
Yeah.
Kurt Busch Limited. Dude, Kurt owned it. I think honestly, there's a second elephant in the room. Toyotas had the field covered. Dude, I don't know what the fuck was going on. I literally thought Chevys would be the one to beat, but it seemed like Toyotas just had everything this weekend. It's almost like they're like, gotcha, bitch. Like, they had the speed. They had everybody
What did they
covered.
do this weekend? I feel like something happened.
Yeah, like I don't know if they
Something's-
they literally like called a bluff or they brought something out new or they caught up. But I'm like, honestly, going into the summer stretch, I'm like, oh fuck, dude, Toyota
Yeah.
might be here to fucking ball.
They might have figured it out. I mean, because they've been lagging behind this season pretty hard, and that race was just the Toyota show.
Yeah,
And was Kyle Larson only Chevy? I mean,
Larson was trying the best he could.
He was
I
only
mean,
Chevy in the top 10, wasn't he?
side note, dude, fucking Larson drove the wheels off that fucking car.
Yeah.
When he fucking dive bombed Kurt Busch and like slung it sideways, hit the wall, and kept going,
And
I was like,
saved
oh
it.
my fucking God.
Yeah,
I like Kyle Larson, but that shit right there, I was like, oh my God, I love fucking Kyle
that
Larson.
dude is badass.
That was badass. Clearly proven why he's a wheel man. It was sick as hell. Kyle Larson, Kurt Busch put on a show the whole day. I think he battled the most for Chevys. I'm not gonna, doubt it. William Byron was leading, got a left rear flat. We'll get into left rears. There's a big debacle there. Ross Chastain showed some speed.
Ross Chastain was doing great. I mean, so was Suarez.
Suarez was doing good before.
Tyler Reddick. There were Chevys up there.
Tyler
early.
Reddick. Freaking Chase Elliott, God forbid, was up there. He drove all the way up to third and was wheeling it before his debacle.
Right.
But Toyota's had him covered. I don't think Ford remembered there was a race.
Yeah.
Yesterday,
They forgot.
They forgot to show up. RIP. Ford did not deliver. Austin Cindric was carrying the banner for them. I mean, if that tells you anything.
Yeah, that's true.
But man, it was a fucking wild ass Kansas race. And I think people sleep on Kansas. I think Kansas is a great mile and a half
slept
race.
on Kansas for
It's
a
literally
while.
like, man, ooh, Kansas. But then when you see it, you're like, why is this not blown up more than it
I
is?
feel like when you talk to somebody that's like, oh, I really like Kansas, it's almost like I respect their opinion a little bit more. I'm like, okay,
You've been there.
You
I
watch
wanna
a lot
go
of
there.
races because I feel like, people just kind of overlook it. But somebody that watches every single race every single week knows Kansas is like a hidden gem of a good race.
Yeah. Multiple grooves. We always see sliding, slipping around. Never mind the 2020 fall race. We all know what happened there.
Yeah.
But Kansas puts on a show, man. I honestly think it deserves more credit than it gets. But this with the next gen, like we were talking about, what will we see here next gen with this kind of worn in surface? Definitely delivered. I'm blown away with.
And what's funny is before this race, and even kind of after this race, I saw a lot of people online arguing that Kansas deserves one date. And I was like, of all the tracks to take a date away from, Kansas is one of the last ones that I want to take a date away from. It's the weirdest thing. Because I'm open to discussing what dates we're going to take tracks away from. You know what I mean? Like, we've discussed it a million times on this podcast. Darlington, Atlanta, Texas. Kansas is like very low on that list because it's the only track in the Midwest. They took away Chicago. It's the only track in the Midwest. And
anybody in that vicinity, that's the track.
And it's entertaining. Yeah. So I'm like, why would I want to take it away?
And I saw a lot of people talking shit on the crowd to begin with the race, but then I saw someone back it up with saying it was hard to get in. Traffic was backed up. The line was incredible.
And they had like flooding.
And then they had the crazy storm the morning of. But like halfway through the race, it seemed like there was more people there.
Yeah, because I think people started to realize like, okay, we're gonna have a full race.
Yeah.
Because I thought the same thing. People were sending pictures from the track. I was like, that's a pretty decent crowd.
That's a good crowd.
Yeah.
Decent crowd.
And it's Kansas.
Kansas of all places.
Yeah.
Toto, dude. But fucking, I mean, from practice on Saturday, it was like all of a sudden we started seeing these left rear blown tires woes. And I was like, oh, shit. I think there was like 8 spins in practice of blown left rears. And I was like, dude, we got a problem here. Like, this isn't good. I don't know if it was Goodyear. I don't know if it was camber issues with the next gen. I'm not an engineer. But I think, like, this, I was literally talking to Cody from LTC Sunday morning. And I was like, dude, does this roll over into Sunday? Like, do we see something going on here with the race? And we did. With so many freaking problems. This race had so much adversity throughout the field where it was like, did people forget they had a fucking job to do today? Like, what is going on? So many guys leading, so many guys having good runs, just fucked from the get-go. Never run a green race car. That's a fucking pit mistake.
Right, obviously.
But, dude, so many guys had problems. Straight from the rip, we see freaking Chase Briscoe go spinning through the infield. Next gen goes sliding through wet, muddy grass. Yeah. And the car continues on.
That's a big thing that I think we need to talk about.
Something we really wanted to
That's something that we need to address. I feel like people weren't making as big of a deal about this as they should have been.
Yeah.
Like, I saw a few people tweeting about it, but I was like, this is a huge deal, guys. Do we not remember, like, what we've gotten used to, where if you get loose and you slide through infield, you slide through any kind of grass, your day's over?
How many times do we see cars go, Josh Berry at Atlanta, Denny Hamlin fucking spinning, Carl Edwards doing his donut.
I can't remember
how many fingers went into the grass and just ripped the front end off the car, and we all bitched and complained about this shouldn't happen. And I even vouched, well, don't go through the goddamn grass.
Right.
And it's like, that's how that doesn't happen. But, Chase Briscoe goes spinning to the infield like Tyler Reddick earlier at Vegas this year. Cars don't get torn up like they used to. I love it.
He slides right through and then back onto the track and keeps driving.
Yeah.
And that to me, my jaw was open when I watched it because I was like, holy shit. And like you said, it was muddy. It was wet.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a recipe for disaster with what we're used to. I see him sliding down, and I'm like, oh, his day's done. Yeah. Slides right through the grass and back onto the track. I mean, that's incredible. I know we're going to bitch about some things about the car here in a second, but, like, that is one thing that we should bring up of, like, they did good.
Yeah.
No truck engine got stuck.
Yeah, that's true.
We'll get into that one here in a minute. It was fucking muddy. I don't know. I'm sure if you watch the show, you watch Twitter and stuff, but it was fucking raining Sunday morning at Kansas, and the fucking track was muddy. And, I mean, to see all the calamity we saw, I'm surprised we didn't see other people getting stuck. But we get into, BJ McLeod, he got a left rear flat, spun on the straightaway. His roof hatch came open or something. Car got stuck on the straightaway. I hated to see it happen again.
Right.
We've kind of gotten away from that.
We thought we figured it out.
But he, spun out, and all of a sudden the car's stuck. The wheels are spinning. Like, I still feel like that, like, they almost got away from it, and then they're like, okay, we don't have to talk about it.
Do you remember that at Daytona?
Yeah.
That was like
in
every
Auto
other.
Club,
yeah. Oh,
in Auto Club, it was bad. It's like, look, we got to figure something out with that. But then Daniel Suarez blows a left rear, third caution, and he puts it in the fence to never really have much of a day after that. I hate it because Amigo was having a fucking stellar day. He was like 5th.
Yep.
He was 4th or 5th.
Him and Ross were both running up there. It was awesome.
They were looking good for Chevys. I almost feel like Chevy's blew more tires than anybody.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Chevy early on was doing really good.
Yeah.
Tyler Reddick was up there. Ross Chastain was up there. Daniel Suarez was up there. Kyle Larson, Chase Elliott, William Byron. They had
I don't know
lot
a
of
Chevy that
Chevys.
didn't hit the fence.
Yeah. No, Chevys were doing really well early on, like they've been doing all season. Chevy's been doing really good this season.
Yeah.
But yeah, they all had problems, and I think that was the big issue for Chevy.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Daniel Suarez puts it in the fence. I hated it for him because it seems like, unlike Denny Hamlin as well, is like bad luck has just been plaguing them.
I am surprised.
Anytime they're having a good run, they're having really good runs, and it just gets swept out from under their feet.
I am surprised his day wasn't ended right then, though.
Yeah, well, the car, I mean, he continued on.
I thought he was
several laps
done, and
down.
then next thing I know, I'm like, wait, his name's still on.
Yeah, he kept running.
He was
but
like
the car
10 laps down.
The
Yeah.
car was done.
Yeah.
We had a couple more cautions. Tyler Reddick slaps the wall. I hate it because I had Tyler Reddick and me and Nathan
that was
Sticks.
heartbreaking.
I had Reddick, and he was running like fucking third.
Yeah.
Puts it in the wall, and then a couple laps later, he puts it in the wall again, and it's like KO.
How many races have we watched where we've said this is Tyler Reddick's race?
This is the one.
I mean,
Reddick's going to get it done.
Every week, maybe.
Yeah.
He's up there competing in the top 3 like every single week, at least for a little bit. And I go, is this it? Is this the race?
Yeah. Reddick's just willing and dealing.
At this point, I think the discussion is who's going to get the first victory, Daniel Suarez or Tyler Reddick?
Ooh, that's a hard one.
It is a hard one because I could see either of them winning any given week. It's not like we're talking about when is Ty Dillon going to get his win.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
well,
Tyler
they
Reddick and
mentioned-
Suarez are up there.
They even mentioned broadcasts like week in, week out, where like Reddick's going to win. Well, it's not a matter of win, it's a matter of win. And
This is what I do.
not a matter of where, it's a matter of when. And it's like fucking,
It's not a matter of when. It's just a matter of when.
you know, win and win, win-win,
When he wins.
when he wins.
Okay.
So Tyler Reddick's going to get a win.
Yeah.
But we don't know where.
Right.
And every week they're like, this is it.
This
He's
is
got
it,
the
yeah.
car, qualifies P2, looking great.
And to be fair, Kansas is a track that I've always said
He's been good there.
it's one that he could
He's
win.
been good there.
He
He's
can
ran
run high.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
multiple grooves.
Right.
I thought Reddick had it done, and clearly luck was not in his fortune. Reddick puts in the wall like a dozen times, finishes like fucking 29th.
A dozen times.
Yeah, Gregson in the 16. I forgot he was even in the race.
Dude, he did well.
I think he did well for the attrition.
Yeah. You didn't think he did well?
It's more of I'm stoked for Noah G getting a top 20, but it's more of like Noah G fans like, oh my God, fuck yeah, top 20. I'm like, okay, let's calm down.
Well, I mean, I think it was impressive. I think it was a good day.
It was a good day for him.
Yeah.
Good day for Noah G.
I don't
Shout
think
out to Noah
I don't think
Reply.
that anyone
No replies, Noah G.
no replies, no.
So Noah gets a good top 20, but dude, Toyota's like filled the whole top 10.
Right.
Kyle Larson was hanging on by a thread there for the Chevys. I think our highest Ford was Austin Cindric in like fucking 11th.
Damn, yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
then Blaney in 12th. Austin Dillon 13th. Kevin was 15th. Good God. I don't even want to talk about that day. But dude, we saw so many left rear woes. I don't know if it was the tire, the camera, the next gen, whatever. We had the 9 spinning out like a freaking dog pile in turn 3. We had Kevin Harvick spinning out on his own, not even tire related. Eric Jones can't get the right rear off. I don't know what's going on there. Martin Truex blows the left rear. William Byron blew his left rear leading. It was like, what the fuck is going on?
Right.
It reminded me of the old Indy race, like 2000, I think it was 2011, 2010 Indy race where they couldn't make 10 laps. Larry McReynolds is on the broadcast like, we can't go past 25 laps. Tires are going to blow. And then, but the last green run was like 30 laps. So they were like, ooh. I don't know, man. There was left rear woes. Going into Texas, I don't think we see that. But then I saw, like, hearing the teardown this morning, Jeff Gluck was talking about, like, going in the Coke 600. It's kind of similar to Kansas. Do we see any, like, camber load woes with the tires? Do they resolve it by then? Or do we have weird left rear issues by then?
Hopefully not. Hopefully they have it resolved. I don't know what the issue was. That's the thing.
I just think it had something to do with like low air pressures. the way the tires set, it was like, yeah, we don't like this.
Yeah.
And guys just trying to get more. It's
Right.
like even Martin Truex's scanner, they were like, we put more air in the left rear on purpose, and it still blew.
Yeah. No.
But he made a good recovery.
Hopefully they figure that out. I think that's a problem that they can resolve like fairly quickly. Do not turn off your hotspot.
I'm not. I'm turning on the fucking race results. You fucking bastard.
See what I mean? You just
Psycho, dude.
irrationally angry.
Oh my god.
No, I think the real issue that we saw from that race that might need to be addressed was the single lug and having to cut a wheel off. I mean, that's not good.
So Eric Jones on the right rear. I was literally texting Ronnie because Ronnie was watching, and I was like, we would have had that wheel off already. And
Dude,
I
I
don't.
was seeing that big cornbread son of a bitch carry out the damn sledgehammer, and I was like, "Are you serious?"
Like, it got to a point where I was like, y'all ain't got that wheel off.
Right.
I was like, I would have cut that motherfucker
I'm like,
off.
we just got back from commercial break. What are you doing?
And that one thing that they were so focused on Eric Jones' wheel problems, we didn't notice the cars were still going around.
Right.
The cars were going around. I think they were saying that
It's like a 3-minute thing.
it was a 17-minute caution break. But
Oh my
because Kevin spun out with his shifting woes,
Mhm.
and Kevin spun out during green flag stops, mixed everything up, and that NASCAR couldn't figure out the running order. Like, they were still trying to figure out the running order, so they kept running caution laps.
Mhm.
But we had Eric Jones' tire problems to distract us. What we kept watching was the whole time they're fucking with that wheel, we're still under caution, and no one paid attention.
So what was the issue?
So what I got out of it was
Cross-thread.
they cross-threaded the nut
Yeah.
onto the hub, and like that motherfucker's not coming off.
Yeah.
It's galded up. It's on there.
Right.
Like, they had to cut the fucking nut off the hub to get the wheel off, and they cut the wheel some too. Like they had to fucking cut and slice everything off, and then all of a sudden the threads are nice. I don't know what they did, but they fucking put another wheel on and went with it. But it took them a long while to figure it out. I know those guys probably don't deal with that every day, but it was rough, man. It was rough to watch. Ooh, 3 sexy beasts in one room. Things are about to get spicy up in here. I don't know what kind of broadcast you're turning into, Smoke Carbon.
It's the camera guy.
But I
from
appreciate
Fox.
it.
Yeah.
The camera guy on Fox is running this feed. We hired him at a low cost. You just stay tuned, bro. Stay tuned.
Things are going to get weird. Yeah, no, I think the big thing about that was I saw, obviously, the discussion coming back up of, like, we need 5 instead of single. That would solve the problem, this and that. At the end of the day, I don't know enough to tell you if it would or wouldn't. I do know that they chose the single because a lot of people were discussing this. They chose the single specifically for the tire and the wheel that they were using. And that was the only way it would work. And I think the tires and the wheels look pretty fucking cool this year.
The wheels look great. I'm okay with the single lug.
If that means they have to figure out, how to work
I
the
think it's
single lug a
growing
little
pain.
bit
It's a
better.
growing pain.
Exactly.
Like,
It's
hey, we're only a couple months into this. Single lug, it sucks. Hey, I hate this happened to Eric Jones because I thought he was poisoned for a good day.
Yeah.
Had him in some of my lineups, but they cross-threaded one, man. It almost seems like with these stops, like we've seen with Hamlin 1,000 times, is like slow is smooth, smooth is fast. And when they try to get those money stops, they try to fucking run it. Something happens. The wheel comes off, the cross-thread, whatever. Is just have a normal plain stop, and you're going to come out fucking ahead.
Well, and those guys have spent their entire careers with 5. And now they've moved to 1.
Yeah.
And it's just different. I don't think it's the end of the world. No. I'm okay with the single.
Something you got to learn and grow with.
I was the biggest anti-single lug guy, if you remember. Yeah. And I'm even like, fuck it. Let's see how it goes for the rest of the season. It was a problem, but I think they're going to figure it out.
Yeah, I feel like by the time we come to Phoenix, like, this is almost old news.
Yeah.
It's almost like, oh yeah, this is what we do with single lugs, or even next year or 2 years down the road, like they've probably learned faster ways to do this single lug. Speaking of which, did you see Kyle Busch ran off the fastest stop? Like, they already topped it earlier this season. They ran like an 8.96, the first 8-second pit stop ever during this race.
Yeah,
and that's insane.
I'm not surprised with the crew though.
Yeah, no, I think the 18 is firing on all cylinders. Yeah. I mean, they got a third solid, freaking great day. Ran good all day. I was expecting to win. But just the 18 is firing off. Like, to me, everybody's talking about Ross. Everybody's talking about the one car with Ross. Everybody's talking about William Byron. Joey Logano's kind of there. Denny Hamlin is fucking on fire. No one's noticing that. He's had super serious bad luck, but Denny Hamlin's fast every fucking week. And he's always like starting in the back, pit road woes, coming back to the front. Like literally the whole race, he went from the back to the front like 4 times. Yeah. I think 11's on fire. But dude, I think the 18 car right now, like the pit crew's hitting faster than the cars.
Right. Are we going to talk about Bubba?
Dude, I know we're an anti-Bubba podcast, but fucking Bubba was flying. Toyota's brought rockets all around. Christopher Bell on the pole. Denny was on fire. Martin Truex tire woes came back to the freaking top 5 almost. Kyle Busch up front all day. Kurt wins the goddamn race. And Bubba Wallace went to the back of the front like 2 or 3 times. He brought a hot rod. What were we reading?
You were just saying, agreed. Yeah, it had issues too.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Like, they all had their own woes.
Right.
Everybody's just, fucking single log, go back to 5. Go back to 5. It's like, dude, we're all going to have our
Let's
issues.
just have a season and see
Yeah,
how it
let's
goes.
get a season or a book, see what happens.
We're not even halfway through the
Bubba
season.
had a rocket ship, dude. I don't agree with the way he talks to his team and crew, but
That's what I wanted to bring up.
Bubba brought a rocket ship. They were. I literally was talking to Cody with LCC because he's a Bubba fan, and I was like, "Dude, Bubba's fucking flying."
So this
he drove up to 6, like from 20th.
No, he
drove
killing
from
it.
20th to 6, and I was like, "Oh fuck."
He was killing it, but I'm gonna obviously be negative.
That's fine.
Of
I
course.
appreciate it.
He just shit talks his team and expects like a
I
better
don't
result.
appreciate that,
and it's wild to me. And he'll just blatantly be like, "Yeah, well, I would have had a better day, like if it wasn't for the crew."
Yeah,
and I'm like, "Dude, you wouldn't be out there if it wasn't for the fucking crew."
Yeah, put
like,
your own
show some
goddamn tires
respect.
on.
Yeah,
that shit I don't appreciate that with Bubba because like
he has the worst attitude on. I've said it a million times. Dude has the worst attitude than Kyle Busch did.
They posted on Twitter like it was like Bubba's radio, like everybody's posting, everybody's scanning their feed, and Bubba was like, "Do your job," and I was like, "Get it?" Like they had a good car, they had a bad stop, the tire woe,
right.
They put them back, they got a penalty. Shit happens,
but
dude.
It's a team effort.
It's a pressure moment. You win as a team, and you fucking lose as a team. And that's how the sport works. Kurt Busch wins the fucking race, and he goes, "That's how teamwork works." He
literally gave all credit to his team.
Yeah.
He's like, "This is a team win, a team effort."
Team.
Denny came up, and he was like, "It's our team, man.
Yeah,
it's our team."
Bubba's like, "Fuck y'all, fuck you."
I was going to post a
fuck
meme
all
about
you guys.
about the difference.
It wasn't my fault because I did my part.
Right.
And that's kind of how Bubba acts. And as I like Bubba in the car, but every time he fucking opens his mouth, I'm like, God damn it, this is why I can't
He
stand him.
bitches worse than Kyle Busch used to bitch.
Ooh.
And Kyle Busch won championships.
Yeah. So
shout out, old bro. The difference
it's the bitching. It's the bitching.
Because Kyle Busch will bitch about his team sometimes. You know, obviously we've all heard
but
it.
They're on fire right
but
now.
I'm like, the dude has won 2 championships.
Yeah.
When he says he has a problem with his team, it's like maybe the team should listen. The dude is a 2-time champion. He's maybe the best
Bubba's
driver
out
out
here.
there.
Well,
Bubba hasn't.
Bubba
he
had a
won
good car,
one
but
fucking
Bubba will
race.
finish 23rd and bitch about his team.
Exactly. Dude's won 1 race and is bitching about his team. I'm like, dude, there's so much money behind that team. There's so much money behind the car. I do agree that he has problems with his team that they need to figure out, but bitching at them is not going to solve the problem. Anybody that's been like a manager or like a fucking leader of any team before knows if you bitch about your team that sucks, it's just going to get worse. Like your team's just going to keep getting worse.
Yeah.
And so he's not solving the problem by bitching about his team. We can bitch about his team. He should be like.
It's just typical Bubba crap. Honestly, I love seeing Bubba run fast. Toyota was a hot rod, but just to throw your whole team under the bus, it was just kind of like, man, dude, like you should probably just shut the fuck up.
Yeah, I obviously remember.
How about you shut the fuck up? That's how I felt about it.
I obviously remember old Kurt, and I fucking hated how Kurt used to act too. So it's like Kurt's better now because he's older,
checked
he's more
himself
mature.
before he wrecked himself.
Full.
Kurt totally revamped his career.
Right.
And to me, like, Kurt is the fucking Nickelback, been to the bottom of the fucking bottle, and has totally revamped his career.
But I also want to point out when Kurt used to be like that, I fucking hated it.
Yeah, Kurt
so
used
it's
to be
like,
annoying as fuck.
right. I used to hate Kurt Busch.
Yeah.
And now I really, really like Kurt Busch. So Bubba just like changes his attitude. And like I said, maybe it comes with age. He's young. He's new in the sport.
But I think
I could completely change my opinion.
I don't
on
know.
him. But right now, I just don't like his fucking attitude.
Politics aside, like Bubba has laid his bed and he's got a fucking lay in it.
That's another thing.
So that's the whole spiel. Is like however you feel about it is like you kind of have to pick this side or that side.
It's unfortunate.
It's unfortunate
because I'd be okay with cheering for him if when he gets out of his car he doesn't say shit that pisses me off.
Well, and I was talking to my fucking Bubba Wallace friends. I said, I'm all good with Bubba fucking running good before his pit road woes. I said, but if he gets out of that fucking car and has some cocky ass fucking
That's the
remarks
thing.
and smart ass fucking
I think I even
interview,
tweeted about his
I
race.
said, I'm gonna lose my shit.
And I was like, wow, good for Bubba. Like, he's killing it. And then he gets out and says it. And I'm like, fuck off then.
Yeah.
Dude. I don't want to
It's
hear
the
it.
fact-
Isn't it team sport, right? I mean, it's
Yeah,
a team
exactly.
sport. So at the end of the day, if your quarterback jumps out and after a loss and says, hey, my center sucked.
Exactly. That was
Yeah,
the
that's
point.
the same thing.
That's the
I
point I'm
mean-
trying to make. You wouldn't hear Tom Brady come out and they're like, Tom Brady, you lost this game. What happened? He wouldn't be like, well, my wide receiver can't fucking catch. The coach
Right,
doesn't
yeah.
know what he's doing. The center can't snap. Like, Tom
Exactly.
Brady would never win because the
Right.
team would just give up on him. And so that's kind of the whole thing. And yeah, Nathan, I tend to agree. I'm hoping it's just a maturity thing. He's still young. But I just can't get behind him if he has that kind of attitude. And I guess he doesn't care and nobody else does, but that's just my personal take.
I totally agree with you. But hell, Bubba had a hot rod. He's had a string of bad luck like Denny has, but he's been running better all season than he has the last couple of years. I know like 2311 is a whole new thing last year, and he ran better than he ever did, but I think he's running better so far. They're bringing better cars to the track.
Bubba?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, no.
They're
no
running
doubt.
better. 2311. I mean, Kurt's got a couple top fives now and a win. 2311's first playoff appearance. Note that. I think our 11th winner of the season. That's something we got to harp on too. Is I know it's far fetched. We're going to get 16 winners.
But
There's still 13
Fingers
races.
crossed.
There's 13 races
Yep.
left. There's 11 winners.
we can do
It's
it.
possible.
Yep.
Whether we see, I think we see a multiple Kyle win,
Yeah.
another Denny win,
Yeah.
another Larson win. Totally doable.
Yeah.
Byron's on fire. I think we
Probably
see-
another Ross win.
I think we see multiple more winners, but I also think we see a Martin Truex win. We see a.
We're still missing a lot of guys.
Yeah,
that
I think
are
we
normally in there.
see a couple guys that haven't got
Yeah.
wins get wins. Tyler Reddick win. I could see that happening. I can see other guys getting wins. So whether we reach 16, I don't know, but it's fun to almost like tease, like, ooh.
Oh man,
If we
that's
do,
been the
and I
dream.
always want to see it because I want to see the like, holy shit, what are we gonna do now?
And we talk about it every year.
Yeah, every year, can we get 16? It's like I want to see it just to be
Every
like, oh,
single
fuck.
year we talk about it, so
Yeah.
we need it to finally happen.
And
Like,
Kurt was 20th or 21st in points.
right.
He gets
yeah.
his win. Now he's up there.
Yeah,
The pressure's on Reddick. Pressure's on Austin Dillon. Pressure's on Kevin Harvick.
I think he was like right above Bubba. I think
Yeah.
him and Bubba were like neck and neck, and I was like, oh, 2311's pretty far down there.
Speaking of what we talked about, does Bubba win this year?
Yeah. He could. He has
I
the
think he
equipment
could.
to.
And you
He's
guys
driven
look-
well enough.
Can he put it together? I don't know.
Right.
I totally can see him winning Atlanta July race.
I could see. Here's the thing. I put it with Daniel Suarez.
Yeah.
I think him
They're
and
right there.
Suarez could
Just need a good solid race.
I might even give Suarez the edge. I might put if you were like who's gonna win this year, Bubba or Suarez. I think I'd put I think I'd put my money on Suarez.
The
to get
thing
the
is,
dub.
I loved because they harped on Kurt Busch like it seemed all weekend because the Jordan scheme.
right, which
And
was
Kurt,
perfect.
I watched pre-race, and they were like, Kurt, he goes, we just need a saw day, and we just need everything to go our way and put it together. And he that's what they fucking did. The race was great.
Yeah, Blaney and Truex.
Yeah, Blaney winning.
Just the whole RCR. I
Yeah.
mean, Austin Dillon, Tyler Reddick, Suarez. Yeah, there's so many guys that like
Haven't won.
couldn't still get a win.
Yeah. Christopher Bell, I can see Seabell's been throwing some speed now.
Yeah, there's a lot of dudes.
Guys that haven't got a win that could tell you there's at least 5 guys that could win that
There's-
haven't got a win,
yeah.
and that's 16.
There's
right
at
there.
least like 3 that I expect to.
Yeah.
That I'd be surprised if they
Yeah.
did. Right.
I think it could get there, and I think it gets interesting if it does. We have road courses coming up. Fucking Gateway we haven't been to. That's a wild card
Yeah.
to me.
Yeah.
Going back to Nashville, then Daytona for the finisher. I think that's going to be nuts.
Yeah.
There's a lot of races coming up that are like wild cards.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we have a wild one coming up.
Texas?
Texas.
How wild is that going to be?
That's the thing. It could be wild and it could be
So,
terrible.
That's the thing is the next gen is bringing some fucking crazy races. Like, oh man, dude, how good was this race? I honestly think next gen is going to bring us a better Texas race.
Yeah, it's
Watch it be fucking nuts.
so I was hyping up Kansas and I hyped up Darlington as like tracks that I thought this car would race really well on. And I think I was right on both those. I think this car made both those tracks look awesome. Texas, I don't think will be awesome, but
I think it'll be
could
better.
it be better than what we
Yeah.
had? That's
Last
good
year's
enough for me.
All-Star, I was not excited about. I wasn't excited watching it. I thought it was shit.
Right.
And it sucked to watch. It wasn't fun.
Yep.
This year, I'm kind of like, ooh.
I'm interested.
I know the formats. I don't even give a fuck what
I
the
don't
format
care.
is anymore.
I'm interested with
They
these
can't-
cars, though.
Yeah, I want to see what the cars
Right.
do. I think, as always, the fucking Open's going to be nuts.
Yeah.
The Open's always
that's fun.
better. The Open's better. And I think I don't know. I just kind of, at this point with my age, I'm just like, okay, y'all just tell me as it goes and I'll figure it out.
Right.
But we're going to Texas, Old Roadstone Tailgate. It's going to be nuts, which we're there. This is your first Texas race you're missing in a long time.
In a very long time. Yeah, it's
Rattlesnake's growing up, y'all.
It's a bummer. Because now I actually have to watch a Texas Motor Speedway race at home, which I don't want to have
That's
to
gonna
do
be
because
weird.
everyone tells me how bad
Weird,
it is.
dude.
Yeah,
But
because
watching Atlanta race at home.
it's actually fun when you go to the track
Yeah.
and just get blackout drunk by yourself and have a great time, and then drive home, obviously. But yeah, this is the first one I'm not going to be at for a long time, and of course, it's the one where Old Row is throwing their infield party.
I know.
Missing out on that. Tickets are on sale. Check it out, obviously. And once again, another shout out because they do sell like the sickest NASCAR merch.
Yeah, this shit's been sick.
Look at that.
It's
fucking
like the
8
coolest
and the
thing.
3. Oh my god, I love this
Old
shit.
Road, Chairgatin, the collab you didn't know you needed.
But you have.
Dude, I literally like one day before it's gone, I want to go to Texas. I want to get the Texas feel. I want to check it out and just be
You'll
like,
have a
oh,
good
it's in
time.
there.
You'll
I
have
think
a good time.
it'd be a great time.
Yeah.
I honestly, I think it's a little pizzazz in their pocket of like trading a spring date for the All-Star race. I know they're kind of like like, hey, we want fucking 2 dates, but it's like, hey,
Right.
you still get a playoff date and you're getting an All-Star. Honestly, you win twice, brother.
Right.
Like the spring date was kind of like, we're going to Texas.
Yeah, it's like the race fans don't want Texas at all. They're like, take it off the fucking schedule.
I mean,
NASCAR's like, no, we've put way too much money
the
in
writings
this.
on the wall, the repave did not help.
Right. But they can't go back because
No,
they've invested so much money into this. They want that market in Texas, like around Dallas. They're not leaving Texas Motor Speedway. For anybody that's out there like, oh, they're going to get rid of Texas Motor Speedway like they did Kentucky or Chicagoland. They're not. I really doubt that. That's a huge market that they've invested a lot of money into. So Texas Motor Speedway is going to be around like forever probably. So get used to it. And let's just hope that it gets better.
Yeah, I think the car is going to help. I think we see a better race. I'm interested to see kind of how the race goes. I don't know with NASCAR's format. But I think we see a better Texas race. I think it's going to be wild. It's going to be fun. Another thing I've seen on Twitter earlier, the start time is 8 p.m. on Sunday night.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
No.
8 p.m. on Sunday.
That can't be right.
That's what I saw. I was hoping it was Saturday, you know.
It's going to be late that Monday.
No.
Granted, that's 7 in Texas. That's still late, though.
Yeah, no, fucking, what's his name? Fucking Harrington, fucking Colton's buddy.
Yeah.
From Fuel Fan Podcast. He said, what is everyone's thoughts of all the racing being late Sunday? And I was like 3 p.m. start time? He said, no, this weekend at Texas, Open is at 6 p.m. and All-Star starts at 8 on Sunday. Or I guess it's Eastern time.
I personally fucking hate it, but
it's Sunday night All-Star. Dude, I miss OG growing up. Charlotte All-Star, Saturday, Friday night was the Pit Crew Challenge burnout.
Yeah.
Saturday night
was fucking
All-Star
sweet.
deserves to be on Saturday night.
So that's what I was going to say. I don't mind it if they switched it to Saturday instead of Sunday.
Yeah.
Late Sunday? That's like, we got work tomorrow, man. Come on.
Yeah, it's going to be rough.
Saturday.
I mean, we'll make it, but it's like, god damn. Sunday night All-Star, I don't know. At least it's short and sweet, I guess, but I think the All-Star deserves to be on Saturday night. I don't know why we don't have more Saturday night races than we do. So I was talking about in a group message today, was like, why? Like, we have a few Saturday night races throughout the season, but it's like, I feel like we should have majority Saturday night races and a few Sunday races.
Yeah, you know what? That's a good point. Because initially I would be like, oh, because they don't want to compete. But it's like, who are they competing with? It's Saturday night.
Open slot. Dude.
College football, during college football season, you don't want to do Saturday?
Yeah.
Because that's going to.
I get that.
Yeah.
But you have a wide open summer, Saturday night fucking racing.
Yeah, like right now.
If you go to a track with lights, like
why is it not
there,
Saturday night?
When you're running a Sunday day race with a track with lights, you're just kicking yourself in the nuts.
Yeah.
I get, Fox's window, blah, blah. Saturday night, dude, wide open. What are people watching? Nothing.
I will say, as a dad, We're all dads, right? Dads.
Dad.
Sundays can get kind of hectic.
Yeah.
Like Sundays are the days that your wife is like, you need to like do some shit. You know, it's like we have like a list of things to do. Like Saturdays, I feel like a Saturday night, that's my time. I can watch a race.
Yeah.
But Sundays, half the time I'm like trying to work around NASCAR schedule. And I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, it's at 1 today, but like it was 3 last week.
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of annoying to keep up with, honestly.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not a fan of 3 p.m. start times. I miss old 1 p.m. start times.
Yeah, way better.
But it's just the like, what are we doing? And I get we're going through time zones here, but like 8 p.m. on a
Central
Sunday.
time zone. I mean, it's not that big of a difference.
If you'd asked me 2 weeks ago, hey, what time do you think the All-Star starts? I'd been like Saturday night. I didn't even know this till like today that it was Sunday night.
Right, that does.
I didn't know. I just told you. I just thought that's kind of crazy.
I like to watch my sports at night.
Right.
That's just my thing. I mean,
Like in daytime, I'm like, I could be outside playing with my kids. I could be out doing some errands.
Exactly.
I could be cutting
I need to
grass.
mow the lawn. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's Sunday, like at fucking 3,
But
like prime lawn.
At
mowing time.
nighttime, I'm like, oh, I can chill out. I'm gonna
Yep.
sit
football,
around.
baseball, NASCAR, all of it at night.
At
I
night.
like it at night.
Yeah, after
Especially
dinner.
tracks.
After dinner, you turn the
Absolutely.
TV on and crack open a beer.
If they got lights, run them at night.
It-
That's what I say.
After dinner is the perfect time for sports.
I understand tracks that don't have lights, Pocono, Dover, Dago,
Yeah.
whatever.
You can't do it all the
But-
time, right?
Tracks that have lights, why aren't we using them? What are they for? Thank God Nathan's here.
Let's see what Nathan has to say. I'd like more, but I don't want majority.
I think a good half and half. Let's get a good half and half. There's so many tracks we go to with lights that we don't use them. Kansas had lights. Fucking Atlanta had lights. Richmond had lights. It's like, why are we running day races at tracks with lights? And hey, this is 2022. America's fucked. The economy sucks. I know it costs money to run these fucking lights, but that's the whole reason we're here. Like, to me, you're going to have a bigger crowd if you run that night race.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because it also gives you time as a fan to, and we discussed this in like college football, like a night game, it gives you way more time to tailgate during the day instead of having to show up in the morning to tailgate, which
More money
always sucks.
spent. You're
There's
going to
a
have more
reason the tickets
viewers.
cost more.
Yeah.
You're
There's
gonna
a
have
good
more
reason.
viewers.
Dude, 9 a.m. tailgates suck.
Oh yeah.
Like having to wake up at
Oh,
9
yeah.
a.m. and start like shotgunning beers, and you're like, "Fuck, dude, I just rolled out of bed." Like,
But if
or-
you get there at 12,
Exactly,
and roll in at 7,
rolling in at 12, and like got a
Yeah.
burger, and you're like, perfect time to crack open a beer. And you're like, I got like 3 hours to kill, 4 hours to kill before this. You know, yeah,
turn the lights on. Let's get this done.
let's
at
go.
night.
We'll figure out the nighttime later.
Yeah.
But dude,
Um,
that's a whole nother Deflategate we can talk about in the off season. Is like, why aren't we running night races? Why aren't we running night races? It's a fucking sabotage. We're all wondering.
Yeah, Atlanta in July at 3 p.m. is brutal. That's a good point.
Dude, no, that Atlanta race is gonna be fucking hell.
Yeah.
That July Atlanta race, like, I'm pretty sure I'm not gonna get to go, but it's like, anybody that's going to a race, bring a fucking ice, bring water, bring a wet rag. That race is gonna suck.
Yeah.
Like, and if the crowd is 50% of what it was in the spring, and they're like, "What happened?" It's like, I don't know. It's 98 degrees out here,
Right. Yeah.
and the humidity is 150. Like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
They're making a huge miss there. I've bitched about it all year. Is like, they should have ran a day spring race and night fucking fall summer race. Perfect. It'd been like 70 degrees. It'd been hot as shit in the nighttime too, but you wouldn't have been sitting in the sun baking like a chicken.
Right.
fillet.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just like the humidity at that point. It's not.
Yeah. No, it's gonna be
bearable.
hot. That July race.
Yeah.
Might be thankful I'm sitting inside in the AC
Hot
right
Atlanta.
now. Yeah,
Yeah.
hot Atlanta's gonna have a fucking different meaning on that race.
Cooking.
Yeah. Skillet Atlanta.
All right. Well, what would you rate Kansas?
Are we not gonna do good, bad, and ugly?
Oh, is that the order we go? I don't even remember.
Yes, good. So rolling straight off of Kansas, as we talked about Texas, we're gonna do.
This is what
Well,
happens.
Matt, we're free balling here, shooting from the hip.
This is what
We're
happens.
gonna do good, bad, and ugly of our fucking Kansas preview or review before Texas preview. We're gonna do good. I'm gonna talk about good, and I'm gonna talk about fucking next gen on fucking older surfaces. Next gen put on a fucking great race. I think this race was a fucking wall banger awesome home run. It put on a great show. I know there was like travesty with teams, myself included, but it was a great fucking race. Next Gen definitely showed up for this race. That's my good.
My good would be Toyota finally showing up. This season. They've been there. I'm not saying they haven't ever done anything this season. They have, but this race they dominated. I mean, it was like Toyota's here.
Yeah,
They're not
we're
fucking around anymore. Like, because I feel like it's been mostly Chevy and Ford kind of back and forth. This race was like, nah, they figured it out. They got it dialed in. We'll see if that, lasts or if it was just a Kansas thing. I don't know.
I think it might be a spark of something.
I think it's a spark of something. So, yeah, the good would be Toyota, 100%.
Ronnie, do you have any goods of the weekend?
I mean, the goods was we got to watch another new race with the next gen cars. I mean,
that's true.
All spot on, dude.
That's always good.
Yeah.
Although the wheels and tires still kind of questionable, as time, kind of tired of seeing flats and spin outs and whatnot.
Rolling straight into our bad of the weekend.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say left rear woes was how many fucking flat tires? We saw 8 in practice, we saw 10 during the race, 8 cautions total. A lot of them were just, and there was a lot that weren't called. That was one thing I was actually proud of. There was a lot of flat tires that I was like, oh, here's a caution. NASCAR was like, no, let them. They made them come around. It sucked for whoever it happened to.
I was really surprised.
It sucked for who it happened to, but they fucking hey.
When I saw that, I was like, holy shit, they're really doing it.
There was a bunch of left rear tire woes. Got to figure that out. It was kind of ugly to see that many problems, but growing pains of the new car, new wheel, new tire. It is what it is.
I'm trying to think of another bad. I can't think. That's the only thing that's coming to my mind for bad.
Mi amigos?
Yeah, but that's not really like
Bubba Wallace's pit crew.
Yeah, I guess Bubba Wallace's pit crew. That could be bad. Bubba Wallace's fucking shitty attitude about everything.
Yeah, shitty attitude. Bubba Wallace. Get it together, dude. Ooh, that would have been a good would be Kurt and Denny. We didn't talk about it.
Yeah, that's true. That was pretty cool.
Ugly, rolling straight into ugly of the weekend. The child predator is back on the scene. Fox broadcast cannot be stopped. Some guy out here is filming kids, and it needs to stop. Left Turn Cult will be here soon, baby. Check out Left Turn Cult live at 10 right after us. We're a little little post-game Chairgatin, little pre-game fucking LTC in the house.
A little prequel.
Oh, boy. Fucking ugly. I don't know who's filming these goddamn kids.
Yeah.
It needs to be stopped.
It's so funny, too, because...
if NBC, when NBC comes around, if I see one fucking kid filmed, I'm going to flip out.
Yeah, it's gotten to the point that I just don't want to see a single kid.
Yeah, I don't want a single fucking kid filmed. I don't care if they're waving. I don't care if anything. Something has to happen. This is out of control.
No kids at NASCAR.
Hey, Jamie?
No kids and no wives.
Ever. Yeah, actually,
dad's sport.
You know what? The guys that invented golf, I think, had the right idea.
Dude, Jamie McMurray did solid in the
It was just a bunch of dudes.
They figured
and they're like, oh, kids and women? No, they're not allowed here. They're like, what do you mean not allowed? They're just not allowed. There's none of them. Like, unless it's a girl in a skirt that sells us beer.
Yeah. Dude, Jamie McMurray did solid in the booth.
He did, yeah.
I think he definitely,
he actually did.
Picked up.
Yeah.
I was not expecting that. He did good, but Fox, goddamn, I'm counting down the days.
They're about done. And it's really sad.
Aren't we doing like a Midsummer USA and then NBC? Didn't that, wasn't that happening?
Oh,
yeah. NBC bought USA.
Oh, okay.
So we're doing like a USA
to like try
NBC thing. Remember how they used to do TNT?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Now it's gonna be USA.
Oh, okay.
Then NBC Sports or some shit like that. I have no idea. Don't quote me. I don't know.
And it's gotten really bad because Mike Joy was like the saving grace for Fox,
and
he's like such a professional, so good at what he does, and it's not his fault. He's just getting older.
Where do we go?
He needs to be replaced, but they don't have anybody to replace him.
Kurt Busch got a couple years left. Kevin's got a year and a half left. Kevin, Kurt, Clint
I still
Boyer.
don't think Kevin,
Kurt, Clint Boyer.
I still don't like Kevin in the booth.
I'm okay with it.
I don't like him in the booth, and it's not because I don't like him as a driver. I'm just haven't been a fan. Kurt, I like in the booth a lot.
Dude, him as a truck race is flawless.
Yeah.
He's so good.
He needs to be in the booth.
I like Kurt in the booth. Okay. put Kevin as like race analysis from fucking Larry Mack. Larry Mack's only got a few. Like, how much longer has he got?
Look, I could be wrong. Maybe if Harvick got in the booth full
It's gotta be better than what we're watching now.
Yeah, that's true. I'd be willing to try it.
Yeah, anything at this
I'd be
point.
willing to try it. Yeah, it's just.
And that's one thing during the race. Every race they're like, next week so and so in the booth.
Yep.
Never did that for Kansas.
Oh yeah, interesting.
They never were like, next week we got so and so.
Well, they hyped it up so much for Darlington.
Yeah.
But I feel like they kind of forgot to hype up Kansas. They were like, whoops.
Yeah, J-Mac.
Yeah, they're like, we have Bill
J-Mac,
Elliott.
J-Mac,
And-
you can do next week, right?
We have Bill Elliott and fucking who all was there?
Fucking Bobby Labonte and Richard Petty.
And Richard Petty. Yeah.
Yeah.
So many big names, and then they were like, wait, Kansas? Oh shit.
Fuck. J-Mac.
Yeah,
J-Mac,
exactly.
you
They're
do-
like,
And they're like, hey, there's a race after that. They're like, fuck. We ran out of time.
oh shit, we forgot about that. Danica again?
Yeah, I don't know what they're fucking doing. And I get like, hey, the third person revolving's been fun,
It has.
but it's been fun for like the 3 times they've been like special guests.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they're like, hey, Caitlin Mincy, you want to be in the booth?
Yeah, and
Yeah,
at this point,
like-
it's getting kind of old too.
They're
I'm
doing
like,
people that already work for Fox.
Yeah.
Like,
They're just
J-Mac,
They're just getting
like,
lazy.
you already work here.
Right.
Let me hit somebody new.
Does it? She
Mel-
doesn't even go here.
Mel Gibson.
Yeah.
Fucking Tom Brady.
Yeah,
Like,
that-
somebody crazy.
We need like big names. Dale Jr. was big. Fucking Matt Kenseth was big. Tony Stewart was big. Like
Tony
that.
did good too.
Tony did good.
Tony did
But
very
that
good.
was like big, and they made it seem like that's how the whole year was gonna go.
You know
And then
what?
they're like Danica, and we're like,
What
what the
Yeah.
fuck?
You know what we need to do is when Fox is done, we need to go back and rank who they had and who was the best.
Ooh, good.
Because now,
Good.
because
There's
now
an
I'm thinking,
off. There's an off week coming in.
because now I'm thinking, who's been the best one? Was it like Tony? Was it Bill Elliott? Bill Elliott was actually
Dude, Bill
surprisingly
Elliott,
great.
total wild card.
Blew me
surprise
away. I kind of want to
Surprising.
see him back. I'd like to see how he could do for a full race.
Ooh, that's a good one. I think he would have done good for. I think Bobby Labonte would have been great for Force, even though he works for fucking Race Hub.
Yeah.
He's always on Race Hub.
Well, and Bill,
I'm just waiting for him to be like, next week's guest, Trevor Payne. I'm like, who
Yeah,
gives
right.
a flying
that's
fuck?
100% what's gonna happen.
Yeah. Oh, that's definitely
Yeah.
what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Dude, I don't know. Fox just totally fucking the race. But we'll go right into our race rating. I was thinking about this earlier this morning, and I was skeptical to say it because I'm not looking at our previous fucking lineups. What did I give last week's race?
Yeah, that's what I'm pulling up right now.
I'm not. I'm filing through the documents as I speak. I'm not at my fucking home
You
base.
gave it an 8-3.
8-3. What the fuck race? Darlington 8-3. Ooh. Yeah, I'm gonna roll straight into Kansas, and I'm rolling fucking 8-6.
Really?
Yeah. 8-6.
8-6.
That's what I'm giving it. And I'm not even looking at my notes here. That's just off the hip.
Let me see if I got some more of yours. No, not really. I got like
I got them all written down at home.
Richmond. You
We're on
got
the road here.
Atlanta. You gave an 8-9. I think that's your best.
Yeah, I think that's my highest
That's
one.
insane. You're a fucking
That's
idiot.
crazy, dude.
I'm gonna go. You know what? So last week for Darlington, I did 8-6. You did 8-3. This week, you just did 8-6. I'm gonna do 8-3. Let's just flip it because I was thinking like 8.
I wanted to say 8-7.
I was thinking like
I wanted to say 8-7.
I was gonna say like 8-2, 8-1, and I was like,
I was
you know
being-
what?
I
It's
was
an
being,
8-3.
I was being stubborn.
All right, well, I'll do 8-6, 8-3. Y'all pick which one I do of what race.
8-5.
8-5. There you go.
8-5 with each. Fuck it.
Yeah, of both of them. Yeah.
So, yeah, look at us flip-flopping. 8-6. I thought this was a great race. I know there was a lot of, like, travesty and, like, fucking woes.
You liked this better than Darlington.
Yeah.
See, I did not. I still liked Darlington a little
Well,
bit better.
I loved Darlington for being Darlington. I love Joey Logano fucking putting the stinger to William Byron.
By the way, we need to talk about Joey's
Joey's
comment.
comment,
We got to
dude.
mention that.
If y'all haven't, we'll get there. But I thought this race, like the Kyle Larson and Kurt Busch battling for like last 50 fucking laps. The Kyle Larson slide in the wall, keep going. Like it gave me
That's
everything.
true. That's true.
And them just, it was 7 to go, and can he get past them? And Kurt blows his fucking doors off. They raced side by side for like fucking 3
Right.
laps. It was just classic. Kurt wins. You can feel good. Everybody's a Kurt fan these days. Like the Jordan car, it was great.
I mean, I think a majority of people agree with you because it had like 90% yes on Jeff
Yeah,
Bett's poll.
yeah.
So this is probably like considered one of the best races of the year, if not the
I
best.
loved last week too, Joey putting old right there Fred to Byron.
Yeah.
I love that. But
I think
this was like a iconic, classic, good old race.
Yeah, no, it was great.
Yeah.
It was 100% great.
Yeah.
I'll probably rewatch this one.
Yeah.
It's on my short list of rewatches for the season. Like I already have my list going. So okay, we got to talk about Joey's comment.
So our boy Joey Logano.
I'm becoming so much more of a fan of Joey.
But
by the
dude,
way.
I've been
have
been
not.
on the Joey train.
I have not. And now I'm starting
Nathan
to-
knows I've been on the Joey train. Justin liked him, and I was like, I like Joey too. I'm a Kevin fan, but I'm like, hey, Joey, my dog Joey over there, Justin's favorite driver. But fucking Joey, nut up or shut up. That is what Joey's fucking like motto has always been. Sorry, Nathan, when he fucking raced Truex there at Martinsville to the fucking finish and then went and won championship, I was like, dude,
yeah.
Joey is not fucking playing.
Right.
That I loved it. The balls.
And I liked it when he did that too.
The
Actually,
fucking moving Kenseth. He got his fucking, got his karma back, whatever. Joey is not afraid to use his bumper. And I love that in a driver.
I will say this, though. Is it not concerning that the biggest badass in our racing league right now is
Joey Logano. Yeah. So, our biggest badass of the series
is
is
the guy that
Joey
ran away
Logano.
from Tony Stewart.
So, be it what you may, Joey Badass Logano is out here just throwing haymakers.
He's kind of a badass now, though.
Moving Nancy boys
I love
straight
his
up the way.
response when they
And-
asked him the question.
Bob was like, hey, so what do you think after last week? He was like, yeah, no, we're good. I'm good. And they were like, no, so like, are y'all even? He was like, yeah, we're even. And they were like, well, what if Byron retaliates? He's like, oh, if he wants to retaliate, I will fuck him up.
Pretty much.
That is all he said.
That's pretty
No,
much
he was
what
like,
said.
I'll go harder. I'll go
Yeah.
all the way. And he was like, pretty much in layman terms, he was like, I will fuck you up. And
Yeah.
I will fuck your whole day up.
And Willie B.
And Willie B was like, yeah, we're good.
Willie B essentially backed the fuck down. I mean,
Yeah, Willie B was like, we're not
motherfucker, you're
even.
yelling.
We're not even.
You are screaming.
I'm getting really worked up about this. I'm getting really worked
I
up.
can
about this.
tell you are.
I'm a big Joey Logano fan. So he was like, we're not even, but like, we're not even. Is pretty much all William Byron's.
Yeah. Drivers nowadays will not do paybacks.
I can see
Willie
William
B's
Byron doing like a. He's had a bad race, had a left rear woe, and he's like 2 laps down, and Joey's leading at Richmond or something, and William Byron like just blocks him.
I was just gonna say.
just blocks him.
I was
well.
just gonna say he like has kind of a late block.
Yeah,
and
chops him.
and then in the interview he'll be like, "Now we're even." And Joey's
Yeah.
like, okay.
What? All right. What was that? Yeah, I can totally see that. I
Yeah.
don't see no physical retaliation. I don't see a.
Which is too bad because I would have so much respect for Willie B if he was like, "Oh yeah, motherfucker," and just wrecked him. Just flat out wrecked him.
Now I knew it was gonna happen.
I would have so much respect. I know it's like fucked up or in cheap shot or whatever, but I would respect the fuck.
I
out
knew
of
it was gonna happen too, but Joey had a rough day. Ford's all had a rough day here at Kansas, but the fucking first time that Joey and Byron with his flat tire woes were back there in like 18th passing, they were like fucking from the lead, and they were like. They were filming them like on the high line, low line, just like passing each other, and they were like, "Ooh, what's going on here?" And I was like, "Oh my god! Like, can we stop?"
It was like that. I had a tweet, and it was a GIF, and it was like anytime NASCAR sees a potential rivalry, and it was that guy throwing like fuel on the fire because NASCAR's just like, "Oh my god, there might be something here."
Oh shit!
And the drivers are like, "Nah, it's cool," and NASCAR's like, "No, you hate each other, right?"
No, do you remember what he did last week?
you hated him, right?
Yeah. Pretty much how she fucking goes, bud. But dude, Kansas was a fucking banger. We got Texas coming up this week. Old Road fucking pit party. If you aren't there, be square, dude. I'm like so bummed. I am so bummed we're not there. I wish I was in fucking Texas. Old Road bring a pit party to the Southeast, and we got a little more leeway. Fuck Kyle Busch. Fucking legends forever, dude. It's gonna be sick. If you're in the Texas area, middle fucking Central America, whatever, get there. Get your fucking balls licked, dude.
I heard that too. He said if you're in Central America.
Central
Yeah. He just said,
I don't think they're watching this in Central America, bro.
If you're in Brazil,
yeah.
get your ticket
If you're
now.
in Brazil, we don't speak Portuguese, but you can leave your comment.
Portuguese, I'm pushing P.
Oh my god.
You're like,
Do we understand the
NASCAR
format for All-Star?
No, we don't.
No,
we
we're
don't
not
understand
gonna.
the
We're not
format.
gonna pretend.
We're
to
winging
either.
it. We're just
Yeah.
gonna wing it and just let Fox tell us what happens. I'm just gonna watch the broadcast
Watch the
and be like, "What's happening next?"
Watch the
I don't-
pre-race stuff, and they'll
I don't
probably
know.
explain it.
I don't know.
Yeah.
At 8 p.m. on Sunday, so get your fucking chocolate milk and Reese's ready,
You get to a point as an NASCAR fan where you just stop trying and just turn it on
dude.
and,
And
hope to figure it
I
out.
really feel like Fox just fucking chops it up and lays it on the table for NBC to knock it out of the fucking park.
Good. I don't either. Yeah, we're not the.
Yeah,
You're not tuned into this podcast to get like an educated breakdown for anything.
God, I hope you're not.
you're getting the bro version of what the
We're all
All-Star
fucking dumb. Yeah.
So-
we're excited about that. I do know that Nathan was watching, probably wanted to hear us talk about manufacturers, but fuck Honda. That's the only thing I have to say. About
Oh God, Jesus.
Honda.
So, last minute tidbit.
We can talk more about it next episode too.
Next
if you want,
episode
but
too.
we kinda
There's a
ran out
little
of time.
teaser out there. We're running out of time. There might be a new manufacturer. We're Dodge boys. I don't know what Ronnie's doing. I think he's a Dodge boy, but we're hoping Dodge comes to the sport. They're teasing that Honda might come to the sport. I wouldn't put any money on that. And BMW,
Well, yeah, that's just
so we're
here's the
Dodge
deal.
boys.
Here's the deal. Okay, I'm not, but what they're doing is they talk about this every fucking year. They talk
Every
about
year.
the new manufacturer that's
550
coming
package.
in. Yeah, no, look, they're probably just blowing smoke out their ass, hoping that it like turns up some kind of excitement with the fan base, so they can go back to Honda or Dodge and say, look at all this excitement that's going on with your brand. You should come to NASCAR. That's more than likely what's happening right now. So don't get all excited. I don't think there's any kind of deal being worked out for a new manufacturer. That being said, if it's Honda or Nissan, I just would rather not have another manufacturer. Like at the end of the day,
I'd rather
I
just
just-
keep like if it ain't broke, don't break it.
That's the
Hey,
thing.
Dodge, don't ram it.
Oh, that was a good one.
and I've always said like I only want Dodge, but if anyone's coming back in, I'd rather just see Dodge or just no one else at all. And I know the big argument against Dodge is like, well, it's not American made anymore, and they're getting rid of the Challenger and the Charger. And for all those reasons, Dodge probably won't come back. Honestly, I mean, if they're getting rid of like a Hemi, they're discontinuing Hemi, and like
What I love is the teaser is Tony Stewart runs Dodge in his NHRA program.
right.
And it's like, ooh.
that's like the one possibility, but still, I just doubt anything's even gonna happen. So Nathan, calm down. Does Nathan even drive a Honda? Tell him to get off Honda Stick, then. No, yeah. Let's see. Nathan still hasn't commented.
He loves all them Japanese
Dodge not coming back.
generator
Yeah, I
motors.
agree. I don't think they are. Dude, they're discontinuing Hemi.
Japanese, Portuguese.
They're
Well,
not
just
making.
continuing the Charger.
They're not making like muscle cars anymore. So they probably won't come back, and
I
that's
saw one like they're making electric vehicles. That's why, and it's like,
Well,
if you're not
everybody
paying attention
is.
to any fucking motors, like motor
Yeah,
vehicle
go check out the
companies.
new Mustang. It's a fucking electric SUV
Yeah.
for moms. So
Yeah. Soccer moms.
no, it sucks. I wish Dodge was still making all their fucking badass cars, and they did come back to NASCAR because they put a fucking V8 Hemi in a minivan, which is fucking badass. But
Yeah.
they're not doing that cool shit anymore. So I don't know. I just don't think any manufacturer is going to come into
We
NASCAR.
need to do a whole episode during the summer of like, what badass manufacturer could come to you?
I think Nick, because I said Dodge or bus, and I think it was Nick that was like, what about Pontiac? And I was like, all right, dude, if fucking Pontiac comes back, is recreated,
Just for NASCAR?
then
Just for
yes,
NASCAR?
then I'll allow that.
I'll allow
I'll take Pontiac. You know what? I'll
Grand
buy
Prix.
a fucking Pontiac. Yeah.
Yeah, brand new Grand Am.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
All right. Well, that's pretty much
Hey,
it.
dude.
Live from
Coming to you
Augusta.
live from Augusta National Golf Course. It's been great. It's been fun. Glad we got to do this in person. I know it's a little sketchy, but the boys are back in town.
Yeah, and last thing, obviously, eatsofficial.com, 10% off discount code Chairgatin. You can buy those. Look fucking cool. I got another pair right here. I'm always just rocking like fucking multiple pairs
East
of
Gang,
these
baby.
everywhere I go.
Shout out Old Row. I mean,
And,
fucking couldn't ask for a better fucking friend.
Look at
It's
these.
fucking cool.
They've
Glad
been
you all made it.
awesome. They've been really cool with us. We love their products. We love their shit. We've already done one giveaway. We're gonna do another one this week. That'll probably go out tomorrow. Honestly, either tomorrow or Wednesday. So be on the lookout for another giveaway.
That's a wrap on that.
That's
boy.
it. Yeah, and this is the last episode. We can tell you before it happens. Buy your tickets to Old Row Party Pit for the Texas All-Star race. It's gonna be fucking nuts. Yeah, that's it.
Hey, appreciate y'all. Peace out.
Peace.